Hello YouTube family. Today I'm gonna do a French dip beef sandwich. Alright, so I'll try to break this stuff down to y'all real quick. I got the rump roast. That's a 3-pound rump roast. And if you can see right here with some of the ingredients that I do have, with the parsley flakes, I'm trying to show everything as possible. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have the description down below giving you the ingredients to this here recipe. So everything that I'm flashing in front of the camera right now is what you basically gonna need, like that Campbell's onion soup mix right there. And then that right there, that's some soy sauce. I'm sorry, that's some Worcestershire sauce. And I got a can of broth. All right. And so all of these ingredients I'm gonna list below. These are some good sandwiches, y'all. I'm trying to tell you, y'all got to try these sandwiches. You're gonna love them for real. For real, for real, for real. So here we go. Let's get this party started right. You rocking with Ray Mac? Don't go nowhere. We're about to get this thing popping. All right, so I'm seasoning up the rump roast right now with some salt and some pepper. And I had my butcher to go ahead and cut me one of these things. It's a 3-pound rump roast. You can use a regular beef roast if you like, or whatever. You can go to the daily and have them to slice you off some of that regular old roast beef. But I just want to just try this out with this here rump roast. And I was pretty pleased with it. Will I do this again? I certainly will. So I salt this up, season this up with salt and pepper. And I put the thyme on it and some Italian seasoning on it. And I'm going to go ahead and try to get this thing prepared for you the best way I possibly can. I love this here. I love this here, man. I tell you. For anybody that loves a sandwich, you got to try this sandwich right here. Arby's make a good sandwich. But I believe, and I'm just, not trying to say that I'm stuck up on my little thing or whatever, but I believe that I made the best French dip sandwich. Mine is better than Arby's. It tastes good. It tastes good to me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just talking over this here video because for the simple fact, I have a lot of people in my household. I mean, I got tons of people in my household. Grandbabies, grown children, they come over. Man, so here we are. But I'm seasoning up this here rump roast with all the seasonings and all the herbs. And I'm about to get this thing ready for the frying pan, because what I want to do now, I want to sear this rump roast the best way I can, because I want to try to lock in these juices whenever I put it into this crock pot. Yep, I'm putting it into the crock pot. All right, so I take a little bit of the vegetable oil, put it inside my trusted frying pan. I love that frying pan. You see this frying pan more often in my videos because this is the only one I cook with. I love it, man. I got this thing years ago from Goodwill. I won't trade that pan in for nothing in the world. So I'm taking the rump roast and I'm searing it up right now. I know y'all getting tired of my mouth. Bear with me. Trust and believe me. This video is awesome. So I'm searing it up on all sizes, getting a little brown. And trust and believe me, the smell alone just with that was like awesome, unbelievable. All right. So after I got that done, I took my onions and I sliced them up, put them inside the frying pan. Now I just want to go ahead and try to get these onions a little tender. For the little browning that's in the bottom of that pan, scrape it up. What'll happen is that these onions will begin to sweat. Just go ahead and try to get all of that seasoning and stuff, man. Move those onions around. That's going to add more flavor to this here dish. And with those onions alone, man, I'm trying to tell you the aroma that it sent into, the aroma that was in the air when I was cooking them, it was awesome. I love that word, awesome. It was great. Now I take the onions and I take them and put them in my crock pot. And I put the onions in first. All right. So I got the onions in. I'm going to take this here rump roast. And I'm going to take the rump roast and put it right on top of the onions. Now, everything that I do have left as far as the ingredient goes, I'm dumping it. Dumping it right over into the meat, into this here slow cooker. I got my soy sauce, adding that into it. If you know me and you know my cooking, measuring, I don't pretty much do a lot of measuring. I just say add as you would. All right, so I got the beef broth, 2 cans. I'm pouring them in at the same time, 2 cans of beef broth. I would say use 2 cans. It's a must that you use 2 cans. All right. So after that, I got the Worcestershire sauce, Worcestershire, however you pronounce it. Got that going in. And what else we got next? Let's see. Moving slow. I got that can of onion, French onion soup mix, Campbell's. That's some good stuff there, y'all. I'm trying to tell you. It's some good stuff. So now, what I did, I let this here marinate, cook in the slow cooker on high for at least around about 5 to 6 hours. All right? 5 to 6 hours on high. So I'm taking the rump roast out now because it's done. And I can eat that right there, just like it is. Forget the bread, forget the ragu. I can eat that just like it is right. It's tender, y'all. Fork tender. And that thing right there, boy, they try to eat it up out my bowl before I can even do anything else with it. But it's fork tender. You can pull it apart. If you want to if you want slices or something like that, pull it out early and then slice it up and then put it back into the ragu. But what I'm going to do now is that since I got it, tear it, I'm shredding it up. I'm going to go back into this, slow cooker, and I'm going to take some of the onions that's in that, and I'm scooping them out, and I'm putting them back inside the meat, right? I'm taking just as much onions that I could possibly get out, and I want to mix it and incorporate it inside the meat, and I can get a better flavor like that. You know what I'm saying? Trust and believe me, this here, y'all, was a hit. I will do this recipe over 1,000 times. That's how good it was. And this was my first time ever trying something like this. It was. So now I'm just mixing up the onions inside the meat, inside this here shredded beef. With this being said, I'm excited. And on top of that, the meat is coming together right. Everything is getting incorporated in. Now I'm taking this here French bread. It's a sub roll, y'all. It's a sub roll. And I got my bread and knife, and I'm just going right down the middle. If you could get you some fresh bread, go ahead and get you some. You can use whatever bread you like, but hey, stick with the sub rolls. This only work best with the sub rolls in my book, because they can stand the test with that ragu. Once you dip it, you're going to have a bread that's going to hold tight. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm just taking it, putting it in the oven, and I'm toasting it just for a little while. I got the oven set at like 450, toasting the bread. You know what I'm saying? Getting a little crunch to it. So I got my cheese here. This is some smoked provolone, and I'm putting 2 at the bottom. And you see how I got the little creases at the middle, they can cover the creases up. I want the cheese to be covered whenever I put this meat on it. Now I'm just spreading this here shredded beef. And remember now, this is some tasteful beef. The beef is packed with flavor. Granted, you will love it. Here's a tip. If you leave this overnight, eat it the next day, I guarantee you, it's more better. The taste enhancement, it's, man, how can I describe it? It's better the next day. That's all I'm going to say. It's out of this world when you cook it the next day. So I'm layering up again with another, layer of cheese, and I'm going to put this right back into the oven. The only thing I want to do now is just melt it. I just want the cheese to melt to the meat. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all, if you try this here, you will lose your mind. Okay, I think I just lost my mind. I'm ready to go back to the store, buy me another rump roast, because I want to do this again. You understand what I'm saying? What? I would eat this thing. I just said that 10 times over, 1,000 times over. Yeah. I would feast on this again. And I'm out here trying to lose my weight. Man, you can't eat like this when you're trying to lose weight and stuff. But hey, enjoy this here recipe, y'all. Like I said, I'm going to try to put the ingredients in the link below. Well, in the description box below. And I want y'all to give this a shot. All right. So when I was doing this here video and I tried to split that thing, I was saying to myself, let's just cut the camera off and just pound this right now. I could eat this right now. But anyway, when I dip this thing inside this here raju, and that mug is good. What you could do, I want you to taste your raju. If it does need some more salt or something like that, you can add a little salt to it, add a little pepper to it, season it up a little bit. You know what I mean? So taste it, add it, whatever seasoning that you might want. Trust and believe me, it's going to be a hit for you, your family, friends, football games, any type of sporting events. Man, I believe you probably could do this at a tailgate. It's good just like that, y'all. The thing I found out is that you're really going to have to stand back whenever you're eating one of these here sandwiches and dipping it in that raju, because you're going to have juice everywhere. Everywhere. So have you some napkins. This is Ray Max Kitchen and Grill. Love y'all.